Good morning, class. So at this point we are looking at Alright, so at this point you guys have gotten your test that you wrote yesterday, and clearly you guys are, whatever you're doing, stop it and start doing something different. Okay? So remember this came out of last year's exam. So imagine you guys have written this exam. Imagine. And still, none of you attended the lessons on a Thursday afternoon from 3 till 4. You people just choose not to. So I don't know. So this is the first of the class tests. Is meaning to come. So the first question says, the diagram of the graphs of f of x equal to a over x plus p plus q and g of x equals mx plus c. So as you can see, f is your hyperbola graph while g of x is your straight line graph. 0 and 6 is the intercept of f with the y-axis. The graphs intersect on the x-axis. As you can see here, they have a common x-intercept there. The first question says, determine the values of a, p and q. So where does a, p and q feature? They are simply in the equation of the hyperbola graph. So, for 1.1, as you can see here, this is y is equal to 2, and this is x is equal to 1. It's already marked there. So the equation, remember they want the values of p, q and a. So q is equal to 2, p is equal to minus 1. Why negative 1? Because in the graph is x is equal to 1. This is your asymptote. The values for which x can never be equal to. So if x is equal to 1, bring that over the equal sign, it's x minus 1. As you can see here, that's x plus p. So it's going to be x minus 1 in the denominator. Okay? So we have an equation now. F of x equals a over x minus 1 plus 2. To solve for a, I substitute the point that's going through this graph. This graph is going through. So I'm going to substitute 0 and 6. So that's x and a 1. So 6 is equal to a over 0 minus 1 plus 2. Take that 2 over. It becomes 4 is equal to minus a. So a is minus 4. So there's your a, b and your a, p and your q. So f of x now reads f of x equals negative 4 over x minus 1 plus 2. So that is an answer, that's an answer, and that's an answer. Okay. You can get the next question. As you can see, I need the space here. Let's look at the next question. The next question says, the range of f. People, what is range? All possible y values. So this graph goes from negative infinity and positive infinity. So y is an element of all real numbers. But it's an asymptotic. There's one value for which y is never equal to. So y is just never equal to 2. Okay. 1.3. Determine the value of M and C if G is the lines of symmetry of the graph of F. There are two lines of symmetry on your hyperbola graph. That being one line and that being the other. Okay? The one that is drawn is the one with a positive and negative gradient. Negative gradient. So that equation is y is equal to minus x plus c. If it was the one with a positive gradient, which is 1 going through there, then that would have been y is equal to x plus c. Okay. I can't believe not one person got this question right. To solve for c, I must substitute this point of 1 and 2. Then substitute 1 and 2 is lying on that graph. That's a x and a y. So what do we have? Y is equal to minus x. Y is 2. So y is equal 2 is equal to minus 1 plus c. So c is 3. So y is equal to minus x plus 3. So that is your c value. And your m value is minus 1. That is the other value we're looking for. Yes? Sorry?
How do you know the one? I understand why the name is one.
How do you know which one? M is minus 1.
How do you know the one?
Because when we spoke about the axis of symmetry of the hyperbola graphs, you remember when we drew these graphs initially, right? We discovered that there was a line of symmetry going through here, which is y is equal to minus x, and y is equal to x. So you are asking why particularly 1 is because if you take this point into account here, that point into account, it's your x value there and it's equivalent to your y value.
So your m will always equal to 1 if it's passing through.
If it's with a positive gradient, it will be 1. If it's going through there, it's negative. It's your negative 1.
So isn't it to do with the fact that it passes through the center?
No. To do with the center, that's why you see values here. Okay. So it's to do with the distance here. You'll see that it always comes to be the rise and the run is the same. That's why it will be 1, or in the other case it will be minus 1. That's your axis of symmetry. Okay. The variation on this question normally could be also determine the equation of the axis of symmetry that has negative gradient, or they say m is less than 0. That's the other one, the other way they ask that same question. So that means to say that g of x, I'm just going to write it here so that I can clear again the board. G of x is equal to minus x plus 3. Okay. Then the next question. No, I put it so low. The next question, 1.4. The value of x for which f of x is equal to g of x. So that is the points of intersection. Now how do you calculate the points of intersection? Say the two graphs equal to each other. Okay, so you solve for x, you take that over. So it's negative 4 over x minus 1 is equal to minus x plus 1. You cross multiply. So negative 4 is equal to minus x squared. That's going to give you positive x. Plus x is plus 2x. Minus 1. You take that 4 over, the x is on the side. So x squared minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Trinomial x and x, 3 and 1. Minus and plus, so x is equal to 3 or x equal to 1, minus 1. Why are there two values? Of course, 2 points of intersection. And that's going to be your minus 1. Can you see that? Right? Sorry about this, I just need the space, as you know. 1.5. The value for x for which f of x is greater than 6. People, this is a y value here, not so. So I could check on the graph where I draw in the graph. Y is equal to 6. So if I draw that line in there, that is that line. Can you see that? That's the y is equal to 6. It says where is f of x? More than 6. So is that above 6 or below 6? Above. So it's from here onwards. So it's from x is equal to 0 till x is equal to 1. Can you see that, people? So what we say? X is greater than 0 for this. Is there equal sign? No, so don't worry about it. Okay? Let's look at the next question. Probability. The signs of it. You guys haven't learned the probability, or what's the videos pertaining to the probability. It's clear. Nobody got the sum right either. Okay? Again, I told you I'm taking it slow with you people, but I don't see the appreciation from you people, so you're not doing what you need to do. So we are told that these two schools, and Susie and Herschel, are about to play a hockey match. If it rains on the day, so you must consider the probability of it raining first. On the day, the probability that Son Susie will win is 0.45. If it is sunny on the day, the probability that Son Susie will win improves to 0.65. The SA Weather Service, South African Weather Service, predicted a 30% chance of rain on the match day. So what we have is rain and no rain. 30% chance of raining. So 70% chance of not rain. Okay? He says use a tree diagram to determine the probability that Herschel will win. So that is, you see, all this information is given when Son Susie is winning. Not so. So I must consider when Son Susie is losing. Can you see that? Or I could have calculated the probability of Son Susie winning and take its complement, which is 1 minus the probability of Son Susie winning. Okay? So let's read again. Son Susie and Herschel are about to play a hockey match. If it rains, so this branch, can you see there? If it rains, the probability that Son Susie winning and Son Susie losing. That means the thing on top means not winning. Okay? Okay, so this probability of Son Susie winning is 0.45. So what is the chances of them not winning? 0.55. Why? Because these branches always adds up to 1. Okay. Then, if it is sunny, which means not raining, on the day, the probability of Son Susie winning improves to 0.65. So Son Susie winning and not winning. So it improves to 0.65. So the probability that they will not win is 0.35. Okay? So the probability that Herschel wins would be the same as the probability as Son Susie losing. So if you look at where Son Susie is losing on the day it rains, it will be 0.3 to get out the rain and not Son Susie losing, or not rain and Son Susie losing. These are the two I'm working on. Okay? So it's 0.3 times 0.45 plus, of course, this branch here, if it does not rain, and Son Susie loses, 0.7 times 0.35. Okay. 0,3 times 0,45 plus 0.7 times 0,35. That's 19 over 50, which is 0,38. I think I'm wrong here. It was a bit, I think it was 40 commas. Let's check here. 41. Oh, I wrote 45. I marked the right branch, but I wrote the wrong value. So it's 0,7. Here we go. Probability that Herschel wins is 0,4. That's what we do. Okay. Right, expect another test sometime this week, same topics, okay? Huh? No. Alright, so that's that, okay? It's not just a test, it shows you what you know and what you don't know. Sorry?
We learn.
You learn from the mistakes you made of yesterday's test.
Yes.
Alright, we'll see in the next test.
The test, but not the exam.
So you're telling me I'm actually wasting my time with this class test?
No, sir, I'm saying.
But if you're continually failing, then what?
No, I'm saying, sir, like we can make mistakes here, right? But then we learn.
So you're not learning for this test?
No.
I don't know what you're saying, Kosana.
Learn by making mistakes, don't you?
Yeah.
So now.
But provided you're preparing for these little tests.
So now we know what we're doing wrong. In preparing.
You're not preparing, that's what it looks like. What? You learn by what you prepare. You're learning nothing. Right, what was the homework?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing. Where did we stop? 10.5. Let's go. We didn't mark the whole of 10.5 because the next part is. I know you marked the homework, but remember for the cos rule, we spoke about the cos rule if you are given two lengths and an included angle. Not so. Now the other application of the cos rule is when you are given all the sides. Now that one I must do today. Not so.
Yes, sir.
Let's just get there quickly. Which page are we on? Which page are we on, people? 300. 350. Okay, it's fine, I got it. Okay, so we looked at example 1 and example 2 dealing with the cos rule. So today we're looking at given three sides of a triangle. Given three sides of a triangle. Given three sides of a triangle. Alright, so at this point we're looking at given three sides of a triangle. Okay, so if you're given three sides and the question says solve the triangle, what must we calculate? The three angles. All the angles. Not so. So we are reading from the explanation on page 350. Okay. The explanation on page 350. So we are told that if a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos of a, that's cos from the cos rule, then a squared plus 2bc cos a is equal to b squared plus c squared. Not so? Then they took the a squared over. Basically what they did was they made that the subject of the formula. Not so? Then they divided by 2bc and then they got cos of a. Not so? So cos of a is equal to b squared plus c squared minus 2ac over 2bc. Not so? So let's do then b squared is equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cos of angle b. Not so? So if I make cos of b the subject of the formula, take that on that side and of course that on that side. So it's going to be 2 ac cos of angle b is equal to a squared plus c squared minus b squared. Not so? So how do I get cos of a on cos of b on its own? Divide by 2c a. So a squared plus c squared minus 2b minus b squared over 2a. Not so? And similarly, cos c is equal to a squared plus b squared minus c squared over 2ab. 2ab. Is this on the formula sheet? No. Only these on the formula sheet. That there, that one there, and the one with c squared is equal. Okay? So, if you that kind of girl that wants to memorize the formulas, you can do that. Okay? But I don't have time to memorize formulas. So what I do is I just manipulate the formula. I do the substitution and manipulate. Okay? Because at this level you guys can manipulate. Okay? But like I said, if you are that kind of girl that wants to remember formulas, no problem. Okay? You go ahead and you memorize those three formulas. Okay? Right, then we are told here, remember, the largest angle in any triangle will be opposite the longest side. The smallest angle in the triangle will be opposite the shortest side. If we are given the lengths of three sides of any triangle, we will not know if the triangle is acute or obtuse angle. Not so? Right. We therefore always start by determining the sides of the largest angle. Okay. And how do we know it's going to be the largest angle? It will always be opposite the largest side. So I make the largest side the subject of the formula. Okay. If cos of theta is less than 0, which means to say once you work out this ratio here, once you work out this ratio and that number comes to be negative, then in which quadrant is cos negative? In which quadrant is cos negative? Second and third. But if I'm talking about a triangle, can it be in the third quadrant? No, because I can't get an angle greater than 180 in a triangle. Not so. So if it comes that cos is negative, then we know it's going to be in the second quadrant and it's going to result in an obtuse triangle, obtuse angle triangle. Not so. So what if cos comes to be positive? Then it's going to be a acute angle, which is in the first quadrant. Make sense, people? Again, if this ratio here comes to be positive, we know that the largest angle is acute. Not so. All the angles in the triangle is less than 90. However, if that value comes to a negative value, then that triangle is an obtuse triangle. So make a note there. If cos of theta is less than 0, negative, we know that the triangle is obtuse. And if cos of theta is greater than 0, which we need to say it's positive, we know that the angle is acute. Very important to note. Alright, so list those bullets quickly. You guys finish? Okay, can I carry on? Yes, okay. So we then can calculate one of the remaining angles in the triangle using the sine rule, knowing that it's an acute angle. Okay. So could the ambiguous case then be applied? No. Why? Because we are already eliminating the ambiguous case. Can you see that, people? How would we eliminate it? By working out the largest angle already in the triangle. You guys understand? Alright, so it's clear cut if it's from the cos angle. Not so. So start by calculating the angle opposite the longest side. Okay. Bring this thing down here. So now we're looking at example 1, and this on page 351, not so? 350, okay. The following, solve the following triangles. If it says solve the following triangle, what does it mean? Let's calculate all the unknown sides and all the unknown angles. Right. Give your answer correct to one decimal place where necessary. Example 1, video 1 here. Okay, example 1 on page 350. What's the no? Okay, just leave it. So we're told that in triangle ABC, AB is 5, BC is 8, and AC is 9, which is lowercase b is 9, lowercase a, which is BC is 8, and AB is, which is lowercase c is 5. How do we know which is lowercase? Opposite the vertex, or opposite the angle, is the lowercase. The length is referred to the lowercase. Okay? Alright. So which angle do you think we're going to calculate first? Angle? B. Why angle B? It's opposite the larger side. Not so. Now again, if you memorize the formula that cos of B is equal to whatever it is, in this case it would have been simply cos of B is equal to whatever it is, Right? I never memorize that because I don't tend to memorize things. Okay, I don't even know your names. So we're going to calculate angle B, not so. So we're going to say according to the Cos rule, I'm going to start there. Not so. So if we knew this angle, we'll start there. Not so? Likewise, I say B squared is equal to, B squared is equal to what? A squared plus C squared minus 2 AC cos of angle B. Not so? So what I do is I do the substitution first, then I manipulate. Okay? If you decide now you want to first manipulate, or you remember the formula, that's totally up to you. Okay, so do that quickly. Do the substitution. You guys know what to do? Okay. Okay, so if I do the substitution, it's going to be 9 squared is equal to 8 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 8 times 5 cos of angle B. So what do I do now? Bring that 8 squared over, that 5 squared over, then I divide by that. So cos of angle B is equal to 9 squared minus 8 squared minus 5 squared all over negative 2 times 8 times 5. You guys work it out already? Yes. Yes, so let's go. Cos B is simply going to be 9 squared 9 squared minus 8 squared minus 5 squared over negative 2 times 8 times 5 gives you 1 over 10. So if this angle obtuse or acute? Acute. Why? Because cos of B is greater than 0. It's positive. So how do we get angle B? Cos, not so. So angle B is equal to cos of that answer gives you 84,26. 84,3. Why? So it says 1 decimal place. So how are we going to calculate C now? Sine rule. Not so? Right, so do apply the sine rule quickly. The sine. You now see what I must deal with. Another area rule, the sine rule. Right, so what do we get? Sine of A over A is equal to sine of B over B, which is equal to sine of C over C. Not so? You take us over here. So it's simply sine of angle A sine of A over 8 is equal to sine of 84.3 over 9, which is equal to sine of C over 5. So in other words, I can calculate angle A at this point. Not so? So what do? Cross multiply. So that will be 9 sine A is equal to 8 sine 84.3. Not so? Then I divide it by 9 both sides. So sine of A is equal to that. Which now implies that angle A is equal to arc sine of that ratio. Not so? So it's going to be arc sine. Or I could have worked this out first and then I could have worked this out first and then said arc sine. Not so? Right? Could this be the ambiguous case? No, because the cos rule is already eliminating that. Okay, eliminating. Okay, that's over 9. Give me an answer: 62,2 degrees. Can you see that, people? So how do we calculate angle C? Sum of triangles. Okay. Angle C is equal to 180 minus 62.2 minus 84.3. Reason? Sum of triangles, and it's triangle ABC. Do I have to write this? No. Okay. That's 180 minus answer, which is the previous answer, 62.2 minus 84.3. Gives us 33,5. Okay. Yes?
If you calculated C before A, the orders are changed.
Changed by how much?
Because I is in the end, like in decimal.
Comma something changed. So what did you get angle C to be?
I got 33.6.
Yeah, 33.6. She's asking if she had calculated C first. It will vary a small little because of the rounding off. But, yeah. If I had worked with 3 decimal places here, or 2 decimal places, it will give us exactly that answer. Okay. But because it's rounded off, it throws you out by 1. The 0.1. Okay. You all okay with this?
Yes.
Huh?
But in the exam?
In the exam, I have both on my memory. We're nice people, man. Yeah. Later on in life, you'll see, now the math teacher was actually nice. Was trying to help us out and give us the best they can, but we just were lazy. No? Sure. Yes, of course. You will never, I promise you're not going to see it while you're at high school. Okay? You always think like, not to say anything bad about the other subjects, but you always feel like your LO teacher is your best teacher.
No.
Okay, it depends who your LO teacher is. Okay, but at the end of the day, we're trying to give you the best we can, okay? But you guys don't want to make use of it. Alright? And all the extra classes we're giving you and nobody how must I feel? Okay, I don't look around the camera, I'd rather press pause here. Right, people, 251. 351. No, 251 you must not get to. Because that is dealing with, no. I think that was trig. Yep, trig. We must still get it. That is your general solution. And so not in the past, but
In the future.
yeah, we must still get it. You see, I'm thinking ahead of it. By mistake. Right, here we go. The question says, in example 2, in triangle LMN. LM is 5, which is also lowercase n. LN is 3, which is lowercase m. And mn is 7, which is lowercase m. Question says, solve triangle LMN. So what are we solving here? Solving the unknown angles. So which is the first angle we're going to solve? L. So how do we start? We start with L squared is equal to m squared plus n squared minus 2 mn cos of angle L. So it's going to be 7 squared is equal to 3 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 times 3 times 5 cos of angle L. So we're going to make cos of L the subject of the formula. So it's 7 squared minus 3 squared minus 5 squared divided by that factor, which is negative 2 times 3 times 5 cos of angle L. So angle L is equal to, or cos of L, is 7 squared minus 3 squared minus 5 squared over negative 2 times 3. What subject you get now? English. Okay. So it's negative, and that's the reason why you're learning English, so you can read your maths paper. Right. So angle L. People, is this angle obtuse or acute? Obtuse. Why? Because cos is less than 0. So we got R cos. I drop the negative. It gives me 60 degrees. So R cos of a half is 60 degrees. But since it's negative, what do I say? 180 minus 60, which is 120. You see that is obtuse. Now you can just write 120. Okay? So how do we now calculate? Angle M? By using the sine rule. It's either you can calculate M or N at this point. Not so. So we go sine of M over 3 is equal to sine of 120 over 7. I'm just trying to move a bit faster here. So sine of M is equal to 3 sine 120 over 7. Okay, so angle M, it won't be the ambiguous case, because why, the cos rule has eliminated that already. So it's 3 sine 120 over 7 gives us 3 root 3 over 40, half sine thereof. Give me 21, 7, so it's 21, 8. Alright, and how do I get angle M? Is 180 minus 21.8 minus 120. So 180 minus 21.8 minus 120 gives me an angle of 38.2. Right, you guys understand? For homework, it's all the sums that you have not answered in exercise. Sorry? 10.5. Okay. People enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning, class.